What is it? And why are you up here again, you little goon, huh? For some reason, whenever I'm live streaming, my cat thinks he has to be up here in my kitchen or on my kitchen counter. So as I promised, we'll be, or I'm live today. It's acting weird. Okay. Schatzi, should I feed you real quick? Then I'm gonna feed the cats real quick. So they're gonna be nice and peaceful. I know. Hi, Roadside. I'll put you here for a second. I'm gonna get my stuff together for the pudding pretzels. So the pudding pretzels are a German, a German specialty, and I never made them before, so I might screw them up. So I have no idea if it's gonna work out or not. It's the first time that I'm making them, or I'm trying to make them. Let's say like that. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oscar's sleeping, unfortunately. We just came back from our walk and it was raining outside and he doesn't like the rain. But it feels really good actually, because we had a heat wave going on for, let's say, over a week now. So it's been really hot and yeah, I just got home. I was soaked from the rain and then just blowed out my hair again to be ready for the live stream. And now we're gonna make some pudding pretzels. I thought this rainy day is a good opportunity to bake something together. I thought I would be cozy. You're good, nice. How's the doggy doing? And where are you from, by the way? If you want to share, obviously you don't have to. Hi, Marco. The first bag of chips has been destroyed. Nice. I didn't expect anything else. When I got back to Germany, Marco, the first thing I did was going to the supermarket and I got Chips Frisch Ungarisch and Chips Frisch Orientalisch. So everyone, I'm German, I live in America, and Marco is also German, he lives in America as well. So he ordered some chips from Germany because in America, you guys are all missing out. So the best chips in the world, in a German's view, are paprika chips. So bell pepper flavored chips. I know it might sound weird, but bell pepper flavored chips are the most common chips in Germany. And I remember the first time I came here to America, I went to Walmart, I think. Hey, this is her food. Rusty, no, you gotta lose weight. He keeps eating her food. So I have to watch them eat. Anyways, so the first time I came to America, I wanted to buy myself some chips and I was looking for the bell pepper flavored chips, but I couldn't find them. So I was so confused that they don't have them, but I'm telling you, you're all missing out. So whenever you get the chance to go to Germany or Europe, you have to try paprika chips. It's so good. Let me catch up with the chat. Hi Peter, hi David, hi Ariane, hi Luke, I'm from Germany. Hi Jordan, der Himmel ist grau and raining. Yeah, here too. Big way. I appreciate it. I'm pretty okay with editing myself. I'm just slow. That's my only issue with editing. Although not my only. I'm probably not the greatest editor, but at that point of my YouTube channel stage, I'm definitely editing myself. Hi Merak, merhaba, çok güzel. But yeah, we are going to start with our pudding pretzels in a second. And Marco, I'm pressing my thumbs for you that that's a saying instead of fingers crossed. We Germans say pressing the fingers, thumbs, that you will not eat all the chips yet, that you will keep some for your birthday. But I'm not very confident that you will. I will need this with me. We got Turkey over here. Nice, nice. Istanbul or where? So, hi Cologne. I already said that earlier, but I never made pudding pretzels before. So, pudding pretzels is one of the things when I go back to Germany from America. It is one of the things that I'll buy myself first. So usually when I go to Germany, I will buy, I go to the bakery and buy myself some bread and pudding pretzels or a chocolate croissant. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna learn how to make them myself. And you will need some puff pastry. And obviously you can make your puff pastry yourself. But since I got some other stuff to do, I'm not in the mood to make the puff pastry myself. I don't know that, King. Hi, Rakav. I hope I pronounced that right. And F1 visa. Marco, is that F1? I still am planning on making the green card YouTube video. But obviously I can only talk about my own experience, coming to America. So I'm not gonna be an expert on it. I can just tell how I get my green card without interview. So if you do everything right, you might be lucky enough to not have an interview. But yeah, I'll make a video about that eventually. Also, I think I want to make myself some tea. I'm kind of got a little bit of a scratchy throat. So I think America wife, good wife. My husband says the opposite, but he never had an American wife, so how would he tell? And you have an American wife, so you would know better. St. Pauli, hallo nach Hamburg, Big L. If you're from Hamburg, I just assumed if you say St. Pauli. Moin, obwohl in St. Pauli ist es, oder in Hamburg ist es jetzt schon Mitternacht. I hope I have everything that I need. I'm trying to think, but I do think I have everything. I'm gonna make myself some sage tea because my throat is scratchy from, I think it's just allergies, honestly, because I don't feel sick at all. But in Tennessee, the air quality sometimes is not the best, and the air quality has been pretty not very good to say the least. I mean, it's not terrible, honestly, but yeah, it's not great either. It's just very dusty for some reason. So I'm just gonna make some sage tea. That always helps to soothe a sore throat. It smells really good. And since I'm trying to be a little bit more minimalistic, I will use my coffee French press because it's the same principle. You don't need a pot or thing for everything that you make. This coffee French press works just fine. So I'm just gonna throw in my leaves and add water. So this is my water kettle. Every German will have a water boiler because we like to make our tea that way. Or coffee. just put it up there. Sunflower oil and paprika spice are easy to cut here. I mean, you can just, yeah, you could technically just make chips yourselves, I guess. I did try that once, Marco. I remember that because I was so frustrated that there was no paprika chips here in America. I was like, what? So I just bought the salt chips, like the normal plain chips. Whoever likes plain chips, I don't know why you like them. They're just so boring. It's just, I don't know, they don't have any flavor in my opinion. But yeah, I bought the plain chips and then I added some paprika spice to it. But it was not the same. It was kind of disappointing, to be honest. It's just, you can't really replicate that. I'm gonna add some honey as well. I got this honey from Aldi, and it's actually from Turkey, I think. Yeah, from Romania and Turkey. It has a honeycomb in it. And I honestly just got it because it looked nice with the honeycomb in here. But honestly, the honeycomb is a little bit annoying because the waxy pieces get into the honey, so I don't know what the benefit of that is, but I guess it just looks nice. But yeah, drinking sage tea with honey is a very, I would say, German or European remedy for if you have a sore throat, if you're dealing with allergies, especially. This is not local honey, obviously, since it's from Europe. But if you use local honey, that's what I heard, it can help you to relieve your allergy symptoms because the bees collect the local pollen, right? So your body gets more used to them. I don't know how true that is. Also, another thing we do, if you have cracked lips, instead of Blistex or anything like that, you can just use honey on your lips. That will work too. And it tastes better. So I don't even know if I need to have those sheets thawed. Okay, it says they need to have it unthawed for a little bit. So we'll see how long I need to do that. I think it was like 10 minutes or so. My English is not that good to clear interviews with Mary. Well, King, yeah, I definitely get that, but that's a very risky move to marry someone for immigration because they will eventually find out about that. But yeah, I would not recommend that. I'm definitely not here to give any recommendations, but so those are the pastry sheets. Yeah, I'm not here to give recommendations. I'm not a lawyer or an immigration lawyer or anything. But yeah, going the legal way is definitely the best option. And they definitely prove your marriage. So even though my marriage is real and was real, yeah, I would still have to prove it, you know, with evidence. So they're definitely, it's not as easy. And I couldn't even imagine not having a real marriage. Just the level of stress you were under, you know, just being worried all the time. I could not deal with that. So Marco, you said your birthday is on July 13th, right? I know Oscar's Gacha Day is on July 31st. What do you drink the most in Germany, tea or coffee? Um, I would say coffee. Yes, pretty much coffee, but we do drink a lot of tea. I'm personally a tea person, but I already had that conversation with a friend here in the community. When I'm in Germany, I do drink a little bit more coffee than tea. Um, for the simple fact that, yeah, coffee is just more common in Germany to drink. You go to a cafe, you sit outside, especially in summer, you sit outside in front of the restaurant or the cafe and drink your coffee. And I just like to go on coffee dates with my sister. And we usually have a lot of really good coffee machines from Italy and some really high quality coffee. So drinking coffee in Germany is feels a little bit better than here sometimes. I know there's also great places here in America that serve good coffee, obviously. But it's just part of our culture, the coffee culture. So I would say people usually drink coffee. But if they drink tea, it would usually be peppermint tea or rosehip tea, stuff like that, or just black tea. Woher kommen Sie? Ich komme aus Deutschland, aber lebe in Amerika. Have you seen the Cologne Cathedral if you're from Germany? Yes, Uma, I have actually. And it's good that you're saying that because I will actually upload. So I traveled to Germany with my husband not too long ago, and just 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I think, I was in Germany to visit my family. And I will upload a vlog of me and my husband seeing the Cologne Cathedral because he has never been there. I've seen it before, but it's been a while, honestly, and it's always impressive to go there. Every single time I go to the Cologne Cathedral, it is so big. It is insane to think how they built that back then without any equipment, like any cranes or, it's just crazy to think how they made it all the way up there. I don't even want to know how many people died building that cathedral just because of the risk that they took. And the safety measurements are probably not very high back then. There was probably no OSHA or anything like that. But it's impressive. And if you're right in front of the Cologne Cathedral and you try to take a picture with your friends, you would have it in the background, like a selfie or a group picture. It is almost impossible to get the cathedral on the picture with you because of the height. Like it's just hard to get the tip of the cathedral onto the picture. That's how big it is. So you really have to do the double chin perspective. Like you have to have it down here and have the tip basically over your head. So yeah. But it's beautiful, and we went there when there was a concert. It was an organ concert, and by coincidence, and yeah, it was really beautiful. Vinegar chips. You don't like the vinegar chips? I actually do like the vinegar chips, to be honest. I like everything that's a little bit sour. You like the cat tree? Thank you. Yeah, my cat likes the little, it's like a nest, like a bird's nest kind of. In the beginning, she didn't like it, and both of my cats are fighting for the lowest, the highest spot. But now they both found their favorite spot and they're both happy. Sage and honey, exactly, Chris. Fresh stuff is the best. I agree. Change in Paradise. Did you see in my life that a radar detector perfect? Yeah, that's crazy. And there was an undercover police too, right? Hi Saga, I didn't see that you're in the stream, sorry. Honey, I used a plethora of application as it has medicinal properties. Exactly. Yep, you can even put it, I mean, I wouldn't suggest that anymore, but back then it was even put on wounds to get rid of bacterial infection, or you could cure your meat with it. So you could make jerky, or you could cure your meat with honey just because of the antimicrobial properties, I guess. Let's try it. That's really good. Tasty. And honey is also good for your throat if you have a little bit of a sore throat situation. Or, like I said, allergies, it's always good. I don't have kids, Caden. I have a dog and 2 cats. They can burn your lips. You mean the honey? And yeah, welcome everyone, by the way, that's new here. I'm a German living in America, and we do love to cook together, or I do love to cook together with y'all because it's just way more fun that way instead of me standing here by myself. So yeah, welcome to my kitchen. You can also, yeah, that's probably the best way, Marco, if you want to come to America and you're not married to an American and you want to, you know, come here legally, as you should. Just with everything going on and in general, of course. And coming by a sponsorship from a company, like a work visa or a work green card, is definitely the way I would recommend. Hi Alone, hi Abdul. I've been working in a US healthcare company for the last 14 years. Oh, King, wow, okay. So, that's, oh wow. So you're working from the outside, King? Is it more in like a call service or something like that? That's what I assume when you're working from a different country, because it would have to be on the phone, right? Hi Rick, I am from Germany and I live in America. Hi Emmanuel. White collar time was always in style. I am from Germany, J-Mel. Homemade cooking, I love it. Usually when I was real crazy, like a year ago or so, I would also make the puff pastry dough from scratch, but ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, that was mainly because I was still waiting for my green card, and had all the time in the world to do all that kind of stuff because you're not allowed to work, right, when you're waiting on your green card if you're adjusting your status. So yeah, but now that I'm working, it is not as easy. Okay, this is taking forever to unthaw, so I might put that in the oven real quick, honestly, or microwave maybe. Or maybe I'll just wait a little bit longer. Patience. Geduld muss Weile haben. Gut Ding muss Weile haben. Marco, wie geht der Spruch nochmal? Hi, Shama. It's on fire. I don't know if that's called on fire. I know when you have your live streams, Marco, and you sometimes have like 40 people in a live stream, or 50, that is definitely definitely on fire then. Come back to Europe where sensible people live. J-Mel, are you from Europe as well? If you say come back. 25, now 10. Rapid decline. Travel a lot. You travel a lot, Trent? Definitely not gonna do a belly dance, even though I have a lot of belly for a belly dance, but we're not gonna make that belly dance today. Speaking of such, or which, I was planning on going back to the gym this week. Was I successful? I don't know. Probably not. Not very successful. The only thing I did was doing my classes with my seniors. Most of you know that I teach some yoga and stretching and a little bit of weight exercises to seniors to stay fit and healthy. But some hot tea north. I hope that's hot enough for you. It's steaming, can you see it? It is really hot. That's one thing that's annoying about tea. You make hot tea, then you want to drink it, but it's too hot. So you wait again until it cooled down. I don't know if I can put these into the microwave because they have paper inside. As a German, I'm not very accustomed to microwaves because some of us do have microwaves, but it's still not very... I didn't grow up with microwaves, let's say it like this. So microwaves are still like this weird machine from the future for me. The same with dryers. So we usually hang up our clothes on a laundry line right outside or in the basement. So dryers and microwaves are two things that I'm still like a little scared of. I'm like, oh, hi Max. I know there's nothing to be scared of, but I don't know. They're just talking about such. I just had a post today, Max, about that topic that you just opened up, because I was wondering when the whole hi Aaron, I just read Aaron Spaghetti for some reason, Springet, hi Aaron. So I just made a post about that, Max, by the way. So I was wondering when the whole feet thing started, because I know a lot of people, especially girls, are like scared now to show their feet or even walk barefoot or in sandals because they are getting objectified, right? By men most often. So it would be really cool if, especially since females are oftentimes already objectified, right? It would be really cool if we would not be objectified as much, especially body parts like feet or hands, just things that are out in the open, especially in summer if you're wearing sandals. That would be really cool if we got one body part to ourselves where we wouldn't feel weird about it, you know, or, you know, it's just rough sometimes. Things that you read and hear, and just shifts in society, because I don't remember the whole feet thing being such a big topic. Maybe it was always a thing, but I just never heard about it. But I feel like it just came up a little bit more in the last couple months or years, right? Is that even a real thing? Apparently it is. I don't know why. I mean, honestly, you do you. Everyone, if you don't harm anyone, if you don't annoy anyone, if that's just for you, you do you, right? But yeah, I would really appreciate if people stopped objectifying other humans as much, and especially like certain body parts, just so everyone could just live in peace and not sexualize everything all the time. That would be really great. But that's just my view on it. Okay, I'm gonna set preheat the oven, that's what it's called. And I really, oh shoot, you know what? There is something that we need to do before we make the pretzels, actually. Yeah, RS, for sure. That's definitely what I'm gonna do. You might want to look into a different live stream if you want to see something like that. It is definitely not gonna be here. Hi Rakas, good to see you again. Welcome back. Balloons. That is a question I was definitely never asked before. Also, Marco, look at this, talking about chips. So as a German, obviously, I had to buy these, right? How funny is that? Beer, what's it called? Beer brought bratwurst Pringles. So we'll try them. I think so, Vinish. I got them from, not a friend, from someone that moved out, like a neighbor. So yeah, I got that planned for them. But yeah, have you seen those before? Isn't that so cool? There was another one, like a chicken, beer chicken, but they had some food colorings in there, like yellow 5 or something, so I didn't buy that. But I'm saving them for a different stream. But anyways, I completely forgot something very important, which is the pudding for the pudding pretzels. As known, my scatterbrain again. So let's go ahead and make some pudding real quick. For them pudding pretzels. Oh man, guys, I'm tired. This whole, I think it was 10 days of heat wave here in Tennessee. It just had me, like, I'm just tired all day. It just makes me really sleepy. And it's just so humid here too. So it just feels like we're in the tropical, like in a tropical country, just without the tropical, without the good parts, you know what I mean? Tennessee is beautiful, especially when you're out in the water. So I definitely enjoyed being out in the water and hanging my feet into the water, or going for a swim, or kayaking. Oscar and I go kayaking sometimes. I just had a community post where you can see. Oscar hates the water, by the way, my dog, for everyone that's new. So my dog is not a fan of the water. But kayaking is okay because he can stay inside the boat, right, when we're kayaking. And usually he sleeps on his back between my legs, so he just zones out and he just gets, just falls asleep pretty fast. But swimming is definitely not his favorite thing to do, so it's hard to have a dog and in summer, because if he doesn't like the water, I don't want to force him to go into the water with me. But we did have a little bit of a swim training last year. Yeah, I do look tired because I am tired. I definitely don't disagree with you. A lot of people told me today that I look tired. So I think it must be true then. Oopsie. Okay. So now we need some milk. Okay, we're adding milk, so I'm gonna do this without measurements because that's usually how I do it. And I hope it will work out. I'm sorry that I'm not reading all the comments right now. Hi, Alex. I want to thank you for always sending such lovely replies to my comments. You always take the time and I appreciate it massively. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it massively too that you take the time to even write a comment. That is very sweet because not many people do. I think most people just watch soundly and without commenting, which is totally fine too because I'm one of those sometimes. I have my YouTube channels that I've been following for many years and I'm not super active all the time on their channels. But I always appreciate comments and seeing friendly faces or friendly names that I know, and it makes me happy whenever I read you guys' comments. So thanks for that too, Alex. So we're making pudding right now for the pudding pretzels, and I've never made them. So I will probably screw it up the first time trying it, especially since I'm not really using a recipe right now because I'm not a huge recipe person. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but honestly, not much to lose. The worst thing that can happen is that they're not ending up being perfect, and that's definitely fine. Oh, Alex, sorry, I just scrolled up. Can you time me out? People are funny. I made a live stream. You did a live stream? No way. Wait, so you got the 50 subscribers? I haven't checked your channel in a while just because I didn't get any notifications or anything like that. So I put on the mail sign, I think. So I wonder why I didn't see it. When did you have your live stream? Nah, you do great, Pretzel. I'm ready to learn. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. Sending good vibes from Scotland. Hi, Mark. Good vibes to Scotland. Did I say that right? Scotland? I'm not gonna try. Does Paddy Pimbleton, that's his name, right? Pimbleton? Does he have a Scottish accent, or is he from North England? Is it more like a Liverpool, Manchester kind of accent? I watched his UFC fight a couple months ago, and I love his accent. It's so great. Oh, oopsie, little spill situation. Okay, so this milk needs to cook. I need sugar. Where's my sugar? Sugar. There we go. Alex, did you see that? I'll show you again. How cool is that? Pringles with beer flavor. I have to try them next time we have a live stream. I'm so excited for it. I've been keeping them in my pantry for a few days now, and I'm tempted to try them, but I want to do it in front of the stream. Any good whiskey in Scotland? Single malt. Can you snore? I can't snore. Or I don't snore. I don't know if I can. I probably can if I wanted to. And what was your live stream about, German? Was it with Hannah? Was it by yourself? I need more information. And did you upload it? Can I rewatch it? Or can we rewatch it? Is that milk burning? Better not. Better not be burning. And some sugar. Freestyle. Freestyle cooking. I don't like it too sweet, honestly. Should be good. My friends can complain to me if it's not good. Show your muscles. Hey, I did have some muscles when I went to the gym, okay? A couple years ago. Well, I still go to the gym occasionally, but there's some left, so could be worse, but it could also be much better, that's for sure. No way, beer Pringles so good. I need to know your opinion, and if you feel tipsy after eating, right? I wonder. Probably not. I'm usually not a huge beer fan. I think I already told you that I'm not a beer drinker, even though I'm German, so I would say I'm a fake German. But I can definitely actually drink a lot of alcohol before I get tipsy or before I get drunk, which is not good, especially during university times. That was a very expensive thing. If you wanted to get drunk, you needed to have a lot of drinks. So it's better if you don't need much. That's cheaper. But yeah, it takes a lot for me to actually get drunk. But it's easier now that I don't really drink anymore. My body's not very used to it anymore. So I'm gonna add. So if you make pudding, all you need is just milk. You gotta make it boil. Add cold milk to a cup. Add starch, sugar, and vanilla flavor, or vanilla bean if you want to be fancy. And add it to the milk, and then you just let it cook. And I hope I added enough starch. We'll find out eventually. Hi Nicholas, how's it going? Welcome back. So good to see some friendly names here. I always want to say friendly faces, but I can't really see your faces. I mean, I can see little pictures sometimes. Bye Vakas, thank you for being here. Have a great evening or day. Fake German. Hannah says I have a fake BMW because it's right-hand drive. Oh, did you bring your BMW from Bayerische Motorenwerke car to Germany? That must be weird, isn't it? To drive on the other side now? How is it? Is that crazy? Oh no, she came to England. Sorry, for a second I was like thinking you came to Germany. But she came to England, yeah, I just remembered. So good for you, you don't have to adjust. Did she already drive it? I always wondered how that must be like for a German to drive on the opposite side, or just for anyone really. I mean, I think Japan is also left, right? Australia. Surprisingly not Canada, even though the French influence. Is there another South Africa? Isn't South Africa also? No. Is it also left? Is New Zealand, Australia, and Japan and England the only countries? I feel like I'm missing out a country. Christian, no, definitely not. You in Pakistan? I think I remember, Wakas, that you're from Pakistan. Tonight, bye-bye, Wakas. Good night to Pakistan. Thank you, Nicholas, appreciate it. She drove my car in England and had no problem. She drove my car for 3 days. Oh, wow, okay, so did you practice first somewhere where it's more remote and not a lot of people, or was she just like super confident? That's good for her, honestly. I think I would be a little scared, to be honest. I would be very much intimidated to drive in England, not gonna lie. I would love to go, and I would love to rent a car and just like drive around into the highlands and, you know, go hiking in the mountains or the hills. It's not really mountains, more like hills, I guess, compared to other real mountains, say it like that. Yes, Sandy, we're still hanging out at 6. I added a little bit more starch to my pudding. I hope it's enough. Guys, this might not work out, but that's okay. It's all about the way and not the goal, right? I think next time when I'm gonna make the pretzels, in case we're not making them, because the pudding needs to be good. Because if the pudding is not right, we're not gonna be able to make pudding pretzels. So worst case, I just have a little bit of pudding here. We had a good chat. Because I need to dip out at 6 actually, because I'm gonna go to friends. And we wanted to watch Squid Game, but it's not out until tomorrow. Anyone watching Squid Game tomorrow, by the way? I'm super excited. It's gonna be the last season apparently, so they really left us on a cliffhanger, right, didn't they? Or for those that watched it. I think most people watch Squid Game. I think it's probably one of the most popular TV shows of all time, internationally. Koreans just know how to do it, honestly. You get some bangers, some movies and some shows. Also, Alex, talking to an English man. 28 years later, wasn't it a masterpiece? I hope you've already seen it. I don't want to spoil you or anything. But if you liked 28 days later and weeks later, 28 years later, it is not disappointing. It is so amazing. It will definitely go down in the masterpiece history, in my opinion. I thought it was great. So British it hurt, but in a good way, obviously. And they had Aaron Taylor Johnson. Aaron Taylor Johnson, even told my hubby, was my first crush that I had as a kid. There was this movie called Alex. I'm interested to see if you would know that movie, because it's a very British movie apparently. The name was Tom and Thomas, and it was about those two twins in England, I think in London. And it was about child kidnapping. So actually a very deep topic, but a kids movie still, after all. And yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson was the actor for the twins. And yeah, that was my first crush when I was little. Who doesn't love a little bit of oversharing? To Dubai. I've never been to Dubai. Hi Ruby, welcome. I'm a fan of 28 Days Later, though it had mixed reviews here in UK. Do you mean the new one, the Years Later? Hi Kamal, good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Squid Game tomorrow, can't wait. Nice, very cool. You know what? I might have to wait another day because the husband is probably working overtime. So I might not be able to see it tomorrow, to be honest. So I have to wait until Sunday, I think. But hi Sam. Ni hao. Wan shan hao. Or zao shan hao. I think it's morning for you, right, Sam? Let me think. It's evening in Europe, so it has to be earlier in China, I think. Pretty much earlier. So 7 hours to Germany, and then it was another 8 hours to China from Germany, I think. Oh shoot. I almost burned my pudding right here. Y'all are distracting me. I thought it would be easier to make pudding like this, but I consider myself a pretty okay chef, pretty good chef. But when it comes to baking, we can't be good at everything, can we? So I'm not gonna be too harsh on myself for not being a great baker, because that's definitely something I need to practice. So I'll probably practice baking a little bit here in the live stream with y'all and bake a little bit of recipes or try some recipes. It's morning for me, 6:22. Nice. How is everything in Beijing? How's the weather? It's June, so you might have a lot of monsoon rain right now, Sam, right? I remember I just thought about it earlier, by the way, because we had a really heavy rainfall today, and I was actually thinking, I was like, oh yeah, it is June. In Peking, it's probably, or Beijing, it's probably raining cats and dogs right now, because it is about to be that season where the whole city is underwater. Weather is on hotter side and raining cats and dogs, exactly how I remembered it in June. It is super hot in June. The rain is crazy. You will be knee deep in the rainwater in the city, because the canalization sometimes can't keep up with all the water coming in, and sometimes the drains get clogged, or the canalization. So sometimes when I was walking to university in the morning and they haven't worked on the canalization, I would walk to university with my knees touching the water in the roads. It was insane. And remembering all those things that were swimming in the water. Or I remember one night I was just out partying with friends, being young and all, university, gotta do a little bit of partying, I guess, get a little break from all the stress. And I remember it rained so hard that night that I had to walk home in that puddle. So I was completely soaked when I got home. And those things, yeah, the things you see swimming in the streets are not fun. Exactly what I said you said too. Nice. I will send a bolt of lightning down into this chat here if the trolls don't take a hike soon. Thanks, Marco. Sorry that you have to work so hard and that you're the only moderator right now. Hi Vivek, I am from Germany and I live in America, and I'm actually trying to make pudding pretzels as the video subscription says, but we might just have some pudding instead of pudding pretzels. But yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna let those pastry sheets unthaw, and I'm gonna try that again tomorrow, honestly. And I'm gonna try a different version of pudding because that is not how the pudding is supposed to look like. So I might have to buy pudding premix because this is Asian store here that has German pudding, like pudding packages. And the ones I always use in Germany, and I was like, why not just make it myself? It can't be that hard. It's just starch after all. It's not. At least not, yeah, I don't know. It's not how it's supposed to look like, but we'll give it a try. Let's eat some pudding. And then we're gonna feed Oscar together if y'all want. And we'll try the pudding pretzels tomorrow. Because I wanted to stream tomorrow anyways, and I didn't even know what I want to do tomorrow for the stream, so I guess I'm just gonna make pudding pretzels again. Or try again. Oops. Marco, did you watch the White Lotus? Was it after my recommendation? I just saw it that you texted it. I just scrolled up. I'm so glad that you like it. It is a great show. So everyone that needs a new show, once you're done watching Squid Game and you don't know what, you know, when you watch the show, you binge watch it and then you're done with it and you're like, what to do with my life now? Especially on a rainy weekend. Here in America, it's going to be very rainy this weekend. So the White Lotus is a great show that will keep you on your seats. Hello? Hi. Are we leaving already? No. Oh, okay. A friend just came in. I have my doors usually unlocked. Grüße nach Hamburg, Hansi. Hi, Gugi. Oder Hansi. Was auch immer du präferierst. She said yes? Wait, she said yes? About what? Wait, did you propose? Did I miss something? Or... US, Kamal. Oh, thank you. Danke. Glass. Colton hasn't even used his stick yet. I asked him. He's like, I'm gonna do it later. So he'll check that out later. Hi, Shwan. Hello, hello. Weathers and we read that. Hi, Hansi again. Wie geht's? Wie steht's? Hello again, Vivek. The bolt of lightning is coming soon, guys. Grüß nach Hamburg. Your door is open. Come. Oh, okay. I got you. I like the White Lotus. Rich people are having problems about nothing, feeling tired. Yes, it's like a satire, basically. Have you watched White Lotus, Trevon? No. It's on HBO Max. I don't have it either. I watched it on an airplane. The good thing about flying to Germany, you got a lot of time to watch some shows on those long flights. And the planes have all the subscriptions, so was it worth the $2,000? I mean, yes, seeing my family is always worth it. But yeah, at least I watched The White Lotus without having to pay for a subscription. Hi, Pedro. Hi, LK. coolest guy in the White Lotus was the resort manager. He was definitely a very effed up character. Definitely more on the crazy side, but he was definitely the most interesting person, I think, or character. Did you watch all the seasons yet, Marco? I only watched the first and the second half of it because Lufthansa didn't have HBO, only Air Canada had it. So on the way back, I couldn't finish the second season. Bye, see you in a little bit. Thank you.
What is this? Can I have it?
Pudding? It's not very good. It gives you diarrhea if you eat it warm.
I thought it was grits.
It's not grits. But I could use some, or add some steel-cut oats to it. That would be good too.
What's it made of?
Just starch and milk and vanilla and some sugar. But yeah, grits would be actually really good with that. Or some steel-cut oats.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't this much better than pudding pretzels? It's definitely not, but it's also yummy. Bye, see you in a little bit. When are we leaving? Like 10 minutes?
No, at 6.
But they said we should be there at 6.
6:30.
No, they said 6.
I want 6:30.
Okay. Well, then you text them we're leaving at 6. If you can, because I can't use my phone right now in the live stream. It does. I'm talking from no, too much information. But as a kid, I was, so fun fact about me, I don't know if it's actually fun, but it's a fact about me. I hate when people say fun fact because usually fun facts are not even funny. But it is a fact that I am a little bit of a pudding holic. So chocolate and pudding are two of the things that I'm craving a lot. And I would make myself pudding all the time. In Germany, especially chocolate pudding. I'm not a huge vanilla pudding fan, but it does the trick. It's still pudding. It's not even about the milk, I think. Maybe it is. And it's not always, but I remember as a kid, because I would never be able to wait until my pudding is cold. But my grandma would always tell me, if you eat pudding while it's hot, you will get, you know. I'm not gonna say it again. So I don't know what it is about the pudding being warm giving you that. If it's a difference of if it's cold or warm, but my favorite pudding. So Alex, for you pudding is probably different, right? Is pudding for you also like this, like pudding, like kind of like a custard? Or, I'm so bad with breathing, I'm speaking. So let me take a deep breath. Okay, so is pudding the same as for us? Or, because I know that English pudding, isn't it more like the, not a pastry, but like that thing that you know, where you do it like this. You know what I mean? Apple crumble and custard for me. Hi Giuseppe. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Things are okay. I wish I had found that backpack that got lost on the beach, right? For sure, you graduated from Beijing years ago. I came now. Clearly, I'm following elite footsteps. Thanks, Sam. I don't know about that. I currently work non-profit, Sam. I'm not making a lot of money, so if you want to make money and you want to follow someone very successful financially, then don't follow my footsteps. But I love working with people in non-profit. It just feels nice. When I was still in Beijing, I was trying to become more like a business person. You know, doing some more business related job. where I would travel back from China to Germany, more like a communications kind of thing. And I would still love to go to China, but probably more for private reasons than for business reasons. Yeah, deep breath, wasn't breathing at all. You're right. That wasn't a good breath. Apple crumble and custard. Sorry, going back to the pudding. Also, Alex, you left me hanging in here. When you said, she said yes. Were you referring to me saying yes to something? To your girlfriend saying yes to something? Or did you get engaged or something? Because that's a big difference. So I'm a very nosy person. I need to know now. Otherwise, I can't sleep tonight. Thanks, Kamal. I appreciate it. Hi, Barish. Salam. What is, Barish, what is the difference from salam and merhaba? Where would you say merhaba and salam? Like, what occasions would you use them? And apple crumble and custard, delish. For us, it would be apple strudel or Apfelstrudel and vanilla pudding or custard. So good. Especially when it's warm. Shanti. Does anyone here, if anyone from America is here, know Eggo? The waffles? Ta-da! The man of the hour, Mr. O. So, yogurt, O-pop, ogre, Leogre. If I'm being bougie and when I call him a French name, he's Logre. What other names do you have? Moscow, I call him Moscow sometimes. Oscar Moscow. If he wants to be a little bit more Scandinavian, we'll go with Oscar Oscarson, from the lineage of Oscars. What else? You have so many other names. But a few already, I think. Peanut. Also, I did call him Giuseppe when we first got him. So my husband actually called him Little Rascal when we found him, because he didn't have a name for us, right? When we found him on the street. So for my husband, he was Little Rascal, but for me, he was Giuseppe. I thought he looked like a Giuseppe. In a good way, because we had a Giuseppe here earlier, but that's a compliment because I love the name Giuseppe. I think it's a really cool name. Not saying you look like Oscar, obviously. I'm getting all the confused smileys in here, emojis. Thanks, Barish. I'm sure you will. You will definitely one day marry a beautiful girl, I'm sure. Forget the money, and this is the best channel, Ami. Oh, appreciate that. Hi, Aykut, merhaba. I'm so excited to check out your channel too, Alex. I'm so proud of you for doing your live stream. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but it didn't show me. If it showed me, or if it would have shown me, I look like I'm pregnant. If it would have showed me, I would have watched it. I think I'll stop at the pudding now, since I'm going to friends later, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, Marco and Marco are here again. That's nice. Serious question: Peking duck or campus cafeteria dumplings? What do you miss most? Definitely the campus, Sam. So the campus at Peking University, cafeteria food. First of all, there's so many different cafeterias. So you had the noodle cafeteria, the dumpling cafeteria, the big cafeteria where every single province was represented by different chefs from different provinces. So you could go to your own province or that section where you're from in China, and they would cook your food that you're used to from where you're from. So that was really cool. I mean, me as a German, I enjoyed them all, so I didn't have like a preferred province that I like to eat from. But yeah, the dumplings, jiaozi, I definitely miss. And noodles, I love the noodle cafeteria a lot. So many vegetarian options in China too. So yeah, Sam, the cafeteria food at Peking University was definitely top notch, and I miss that a lot, especially going there with your little card, like your student card. You would just scan it, and it takes off like, if you think in dollars, like $3, $2 maybe. For a whole meal, you would get like a whole tray with different things that you picked. Or you could pick just so cheap you can't beat it. And Sam, I'm so glad that you're here, by the way, Sam. That's so cool that you live in Peking or Beijing, and that I can ask you all the questions about how it is now, I can't ask you how it changed because you haven't been there a couple years ago, but it's just interesting for me to have someone here that lives there and can do all the cool things that I did back then. And maybe I can even give you some recommendations if you want to know anything or if you need any advice. How long have you been there, by the way, in Peking? Salam and merhaba, same meanings. Okay, you can say both. Is one more formal or more friendly than the other? Or are they exactly the same? Thanks, Kamal. That's the name. Turkey, we're getting a turkey here. Mr. Oscar is the main character. He for sure is. He definitely always steals the show, and I'm completely fine with that. Oscar can, this is actually, I always say this is Oscar's channel, and I'm just the host sometimes. I'm his hired manager, so to say, and Oscar is definitely the main character. Thank you, Nicholas. Oh, so you did propose? Oh, let me read real quick. I proposed to her in Tower Bridge in London. She said yes, so we have a very long engagement ahead. I'll send you some pictures to your email. Now you can sleep. Yay, congratulations. That's so great. I'm so happy. Nice. Good news, Alex. So happy for you. That is amazing. That is a big step. That must have been so scary. Even though you love each other, you know, you should be, I guess, confident, but it's always scary to pop the question, I believe, as a man especially. I mean, it's more emancipation and all, but usually it's the man proposing, right? It's still like that. But yeah, that is great. So happy for you. And I liked how you just like completely nonchalantly dropped that into the chat, like she said yes. I was like, hold on. So I had to know. Thank you for sending me pictures. You already know me better than I thought you do. Did I want to see some pictures? Schock Güzelsin, I guess. I hope I pronounced it right. Hi Thomas, where are you from? You must come to Istanbul this summer. I wish. I don't think I can. Oh, now I know why it's so hot in here. I turned off the AC. I was like, it's getting a little toasty in here. I'll be back. It was 79 degrees Fahrenheit in here, so, and probably like 90% humidity, so I feel like I'm outside right now. Whew. And that pudding probably made me feel sweaty too. It's not even sweaty. I'm not sweaty. It's more like this humidity. It's just like this film of moisture just laying down or laying on your skin, like the exposed skin. Telling you. Tennessee, I even looked it up. Sam, if you're still here, Tennessee and Beijing have the same, or northern China have the same climate apparently. So it's very interesting that we are starting our rainy season now too, and we had our heat wave at the same time as China does. So just reliving it, I guess. Hi Draksha, hi Gobinda, hi Tatil, salam, Hi everyone that's new. Hi Jalak. I am from Germany. I live in America. Marco, I need one of those signs. It's not that I don't like saying it, especially if you're new, obviously, you wouldn't know. But Marco, one of my YouTube friends here, he had that great idea of just having a sign, like a printed out sheet of paper, behind him where it says where he's from, what the name is, and all that. So that is actually pretty smart. Hi Sky. I'm melting over here, drinking my hot tea is not making it any better. But it tastes so good, so I can't stop. It's sage and honey tea. Were you also emotionally attached to dumplings? Yes, Sam, I was. I was attached to dumplings, to Brezel, those little pancakes that you can buy from street vendors. So I lived like 30-minute walk away from Peking University in the third ring of Peking or Beijing. I don't know, is it international to say Beijing or Peking? Because it's called Peking University, but I feel like everyone says Beijing from outside the country. So I'll just stick with Beijing. So Beijing has the center where like the whole the trade centers and the business complexes, like the very kind of like in New York, you know, where the whole business stuff going on, like Wall Street kind of stuff. And you got this in the center, then you got the second ring, the third ring was the Haidian. That's where I was at. And you got the fourth and the fifth and so on. So you can take, it can take you, I think, 2 hours to get from one point to the other point. So it is really a big city by the subway. Rusty, what are you doing up here? And I lived in the third ring, and Peking University was also on the third ring. So pretty central. One day I had this glorious idea to walk from the third ring all the way into the middle of the first ring of the city. So I was like, can't be that far because I'm already in the center. So yeah, I walked, and it took me, I think, 7 hours to get there. Yeah, it was definitely a trip, and it was during a time where no restaurants were open because in some reason in China they close down the restaurants pretty early, and they will only close in the evening or open in the evening, so there's not really anything going on during the afternoon hours. So I was starving, but it was a very interesting experience. When I finally managed to get into the center, there was this little park, and I think it was the Sun Temple. So if I'm not wrong, the Earth Temple or the Sun Temple. So I walked into the park, and I walked all the way up, and there was the park was alleviated, so you could see all around you, kind of like Central Park. Imagine Central Park in New York. So you could go uphill, and there was this little Earth Temple, I believe, and you could sit there in like a pagoda and look around Beijing. You're right in the middle, so you could see it like right around you. And it was beautiful. The sun was going down through the CCTV tower. It's like a square-shaped tower. It's beautiful. It's a very interesting project, I think made by a European architect. And if I'm not wrong, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, I was sitting in a pagoda up there watching the sunset over Beijing, and there was another lady sitting with me, and we looked at each other, and she was blonde and kind of tall, and she looked very German to me. So I just said something in German to her, you know, just testing my luck, and she was German. And then we just had a conversation in German, and she had an art gallery there, and she actually invited me over, and we exchanged numbers. So I went to see her art gallery a couple of days later. And it was very interesting that the only person I met there in the park was a German, you know. How high are the chances? But it was just a cute memory. And how did I get there? Because I talked about dumplings, right? But yeah, I was emotionally attached to dumplings. I still am. And to many other foods that I ate there. If you can, eat those little, they're called Brezel, the little Usually you will see them from street vendors, and they're little pancake shaped ones, and they're filled with green onions and eggs and minced meat, depends on if you like to eat meat or not. They're really good. So yeah, super delicious. But there's so much food that I miss. Or jackfruit. If you get the chance to eat jackfruit, if you haven't yet, try the jackfruit. Hi Brian, you're funny. Y'all are too funny sometimes. I read 16 years. I thought you grew up there. 1.6 years for you from Moscow. Nice, how funny. I call my dog Moscow sometimes. I don't know why I do that, but his name is Oscar, so for some reason it turned into Oskar and into Moscow at one point, so now I call him Moscow. Usually when I'm upset with him, because I feel like it sounds a little harsher when I say Moscow. I don't know why. But that's great, 1.6 years, awesome. I hope you're liking it, and your Chinese must be really good at this point. What time is it now? It is almost 6, Kamal. So about time to leave. I would definitely buy an Oscar t-shirt. Oh, that's sweet, Alex. I'm so glad to read that, because I was actually thinking about making some, mainly for myself, selfish purposes, because I always like to make t-shirts that have like a personal meaning, or something funny or goofy. So I was thinking about making myself some Oscar t-shirts. But yeah, I'll definitely post them, so if anyone would be interested, obviously feel free to reach out. That would be cool. How fun would that be if anyone wears, or just friends here wear Oscar t-shirts in England or anywhere where you're at? It is so cute. Just a cute thought. Hi Elias, I'm doing good. Hi Adong. Hi to Japan. Ohio, is it in morning? It must be morning to Ohio. What did ever happen to the stickers that you designed? I made the stickers, but I don't know. I'm not good with promoting myself or stuff, like for sale. It feels kind of, I don't know. Even though it would be obviously voluntarily, like I'm not forcing anyone to buy anything, but maybe I'll just hand them out for free, so people can just reach out if they want one and I'll send it for free. I think I would probably prefer that. Just one question, give me a spot. I made you go. I'll try visiting that soon and send you the visuals. Just one question, give me a spot that made you go. I'll try visiting that soon and send you the visuals. How do you mean that? I'm sorry, my brain is fried from the heat, so it's not you, it's just my brain. So a spot that I would really recommend, or how do you mean? Grab camera. Beijing was freezing in December last year, like Moscow. Well, Sam, at least you got the benefit that you were at least used to the crazy cold weather, because I do remember that December and even January and February are so cold in Peking. It is crazy. Yeah, and I believe that Moscow must be insanely cold too. It's probably the same, right? But I'm glad you survived the harsh winter, Sam, and I hope you will survive the heat. I'm sure you will, but stay cool and drink a lot of water. I know the rainy season, even though you get a lot of water from the sky, it is still hot and the humidity doesn't make it any better. So hang in there, Sam, it's gonna get better. Fall is beautiful, but you know that already. Thank you, Ami. German girls are the best. We just fit so well. You will definitely get an invite, but you might have to wait a few years. Oh, that is totally fine. And I'm glad that you like the German girls and you found your own fit and your German girl that's that you're engaged to now. Like, how crazy is that? Wow. We just talked about you moving in together and she coming over and now you're engaged. Like how crazy. Things just happen so fast sometimes, don't they? And thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. I would love to come to England, by the way. I love England. Like I said, I think I told you already, as a kid, I was so obsessed with England. So I would always go to a rose garden, like a botanical garden. There was this English family living close to where I grew up. And they opened a big rose garden where you can go for tours or you can just get a ticket and walk around. And I always did that for my birthdays. I would wear one of those obnoxious derby hats, those British lady hats. And I would do that for like a day and just act like I'm in England. So how funny that you like the Germans and I like England and everything British. So yeah, I was a little obsessed with that when I was younger, and I still would love to go to England, even live there. I could imagine that, but now I'm in America. You know, sometimes life is just unpredictable and it leads you where you don't expect it to lead you to. But I love it here too. It's really cool, and so much nature and wilderness. And it's such a vast country with so much how to say, variety. It is great. I really like America. Hi Ali, wie geht's? Willkommen zurück. We need to print that sign and mirror image. Good point. Good point, Marco. I'll definitely do some trial and error, I bet. Wie geht's, wie geht's? Mir geht's gut. Und dir, Ali? Alles gut? Hey, I'm from India. Hi, Samiksha. I am from Germany. I had to think for a second. I was like, am I from America or from Germany? I'm from Germany living in America. Sorry, I can't read Japanese. I'm so sorry. Some Japanese characters are from Chinese language, so I can read the Hanzi, but not the kanji. But in Japanese language, you pronounce the Chinese characters differently than in China, so it is utterly confusing, to say the least. Hi, Alberto Espinosa. Hi, Captain. The comments that you don't see here, Ami, are hilarious. Oh man, Marco, are you briefing me of the funny comments? I'm not allowed to laugh, I guess. I'm kidding. I'm glad that you delete some of the nasty ones. Why don't you visit again? I'll be you guys' host for sure. Oh, I appreciate that, Sam. I'll let you know when we have plans. Actually, it's just so hot in here. Sorry, guys. What? My cat's just looking at me with a double chin. Actually, I was thinking about going to China pretty soon. I still haven't had my honeymoon trip yet, so I'm still saving that up. So I was thinking about Japan or China. Japan, just because I always wanted to go, and I think it must be beautiful, and I just love the culture and the politeness, and yeah, I really would love to go, and I've never been. But China, I just miss, you know, kind of sounds corny and cringe when I say like home a little bit, but for that time where I was there, it felt like home. So obviously it's not going to be like going home like Germany would feel for me, but I definitely just miss it, and I would like to revisit all the places. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that, Sam. That is such a sweet offer. And if you ever come here to Tennessee, of course, if I know you're for a little bit longer, always feel free to reach out, and I'm sure we'll have a spot for you. If anyone ever wants to come to Tennessee, I know it's not as cool as most of your places, but yeah, it's beautiful. If you're into nature, kayaking, hiking, it's a good place. Or honky tonk, Nashville. There's something for everyone. Ile humano. get French again. I had to speak a little bit of French 2 days ago, and I used all my brain cells that I had left for that. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Alright, it's back to you. I wish you could see my cat. I'll show you. Why are you laying on the stove, by the way? Can you explain that? It's like you always lay there. And I promise you guys, he only does that when I'm on a live stream. Whenever I'm not on a live stream, he doesn't even care about the kitchen. Like, he's down there for his food, but he would never be up here. But in a live stream, I feel like he wants to be part of it. 7 hours, but it's freaking long time. 7 hours. Thanks, Sam. It was definitely a long time, for sure. Oh man, I'm all the way up there. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. I'm gonna miss out on some messages, but I have to leave soon. She loves English pups. Oh, Hannah does? Nice. Hannah's obsessed by England. Oh, nice. I think I would probably get along with Hannah then. Especially since she's your fiance, she has to be cool. And like I said, I like Hannahs. My best friend is called Hannah too. And I've never encountered a not nice Hannah. Crazy but beautiful. I miss something. Would be good to have people in different countries from your followers rocking and Oscar T. Everyone send you a pic. Yeah, that would be amazing. For sure. That's gonna be the top goal. One day, hopefully. And I'm so glad that Hannah's obsessed with England. So I'm glad that she has 2 reasons to live there now. She has you and England. And English pups are amazing. Eating some mashed potatoes and some bangers with some brown gravy. Can't beat it. Especially the brisket here in Texas. I never been to Texas. Dania. I want to go to Texas. I have to visit a friend there with my husband one day. We did Hawaii for honeymoon. Was awesome. Oh, nice, like in White Lotus, Marco. I would love to go to Hawaii. I have a friend that lives in Hawaii now, so I hope I can go visit her eventually. The plane tickets are probably still pretty expensive, even though I could stay with her. But I just hate flying. And yes, I'm eating some more pudding. But I definitely have to buy the one pudding mix from the international market where they have the German pudding. So I can make the pudding pretzels with you together. So I'll try to make that on Sundays. So I'm talking about live streams. I'm trying to come up with a little bit of a schedule because I feel like now that we're getting more people here from all over the world. Not saying this is a big channel, it's still a tiny itty bitty channel. But just to make it more easy for everyone to plan or to know when we are live or what we're doing, I want to do a little bit of a schedule, at least for 2 days out of the week. The rest is probably still going to be spontaneous, you know. Yeah, holy moly, I'm from Germany. Hi everyone that just joined. I'm about to hop off though. That's one relaxed cat, just too hot in his fur coat. Probably, he's probably feeling like me. He's chatty. Since when do you play? You never play. You're way too big to play. He's a very lazy cat. He has a lot of weight on him because for sad reason he's very lazy and he eats. He's a stress eater. Stress eater. I know, who am I to talk? I'm not even going to the gym at the moment. I know. You want to see all comments for the next 10 minutes? I have no idea what's going on today. I mean, I'm so sorry, Marco, that you have to deal with that. So please, everyone, behave. We're all. What's your opinion on tennis? I can watch it, but I never played it myself, and I don't know if I. Oh, Shuriken is here. Hi, Shuriken. completely lost track where I started reading or stopped reading. So hello, I see you all are busy. Yeah, tennis I never really played, but I did watch some games before. A schedule would be great. You agree? Okay, good. Good. I was like, no, let's not make this too serious and make a schedule, act like you're like a YouTuber. But I mean, at that point, we're kind of getting there where a schedule would be good, I think. Just like I said, because we have so many different countries now. And it's also good for me because I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain sometimes, so having a little bit of structure would be good for me too. Same with uploading videos. I want to have a set day where I upload videos, so you can expect the video on that set day. So I don't know what time of the week would be best for everyone. Rinchan is back. Hello. Thanks, Ron. Y'all are funny, by the way. Move your arm. You guys, some guys are really funny. We have a bad storm here right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Shuriken. Be safe, please. For us, it was just clouds, so I thought the storms are over. I'm sorry, you have to deal with another storm. Honeymoon should be Tokyo or Shanghai, but if you want nostalgia, Beijing for sure. Yeah, I think Beijing. I'm biased, so I feel like I have to do Beijing. I was thinking about Kyoto or, yeah, somewhere in China. I haven't been yet, but I think Beijing would be probably the best, honestly, the best option for me. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate it. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Shuriken, for being there, throwing the shurikens at the trolls. We got the whole power here now. I feel like I need to update my mods. So if anyone wants to volunteer to be a mod that I know for a little bit longer now. Hi, Danielle. I am from Germany and I live in America right now. Hi to Italy, Gabriele. Hi, Isha, to Pakistan. Today evening walk? No evening walk today, Kamal. I'll bring Oscar to my friend's house. They have a big backyard and he can just play there with the other dog. And he always has a great time there, so he's gonna explore the backyard for probably an hour. He always walks around in circles. You are in good hands now. I will go and now clean up my own channel. So sorry, Marco. Thank you for the hard work. You definitely deserve another bag of chips. I'm not saying that so I can win my bet that you're not gonna make it until your birthday with the chips. That you're gonna eat them before. Oh yeah, of course, Alex. Sorry, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Alex, I would love for you to be a moderator. So you're gonna be a moderator now. Your name's gonna turn blue. So all the OGs are gonna be blue one day, hopefully. I know, Fundy, I'm coming. And Fundy, you're gonna be a moderator too, if you want it or not, because we're neighbors. So, oh yeah, it's already 6. Shoot, my friends are gonna be mad. Probably not, but they're not mad. They're chill and cool. Fundy, can you text our friends real quick that we'll leave in 5 minutes? I have to put on another pair of pants because I feel like I look a little bit too much like I'm wearing pajamas. I'm gonna put this into the fridge real quick. And thank you all so much for being here and welcome to everyone that's new. And I know it's a little stressful today. It's just so many people. I'm not used to this. Usually I have like 5 people in the chat. So just having like 68 likes right now is absolutely bonkers to me. In a good way, obviously. So thank you all for the hearts, for the likes, and for just being here and watching. And I love having people all around the world. It's just great. I messed up. I want to make pudding pretzels, but I messed up the pudding, so we'll have to do that again sometime this weekend with more knowledge and a recipe, actually. So I'm blue already. Yay, you got the power. You better use it, Alex. I hope you'll stay the same, Alex. I hope Hannah's not going to think that you changed after you got so much power. Where to put that dough? get the dough. Not the good dough, I just get that kind of dough. I wish I had the real dough. I hope I'm not saying something weird. Dough is a term for money, right? I'm working, oh wait, okay. My friend just texted in the group chat of our friends that we're about to hang out. Hey, what was that? Did you hear that bomb? Or that sound? Fuck. Something dropped on our roof. Could you hear that? I'm not cooking. Oh, so it's all good. The cat is just chilling here, and I don't know why. She's not supposed to be up here, so you're absolutely right. The cat should not be in a kitchen counter. But yeah, tomorrow when we cook the real pudding pretzels, or Sunday eventually, we will now have the cat up here because I don't want to have any cat hair in my pudding. Hi Tariq, thank you. Hi Nicholas. Hi Ali. Yusuf Mehaba. Salam. Hi Wolski. Nothing. The power has gone to my head. Yeah, that's what it does to you. All my moderators, they're all out of their mind already. So welcome to the club. You're just joining the madness squad. Did I drink my tea? I'm gonna finish my tea real quick and then I'm gonna head out. I hope my friends are not upset. The bad part about live streams is if you're not on live stream, you can tell your friends that you had something that you had to deal with real quick. That's why you're late. But if you're in a live stream, they can definitely see that you're live streaming and they're like, So sorry, my friends, if you're watching this right now. Sorry, Ami was rushing around just now. Storm is pretty bad. Glad you got more moderators on board. The other night was nuts. Shoot, I'm so sorry that the storms are so bad. Oscar, what are you doing? Chelsea, I'll try to sit up there. Oscar sending you many wishes, Shuriken, and that you're safe. And of course, and the cats. And please watch out. Have the National Weather Service on, and Ryan Hall, and everything that you can. I know you're already aware of that. Like, who am I telling? But yeah, just hoping and praying that you're well, and we'll think about you. And please keep us updated if you can. You can just comment later or make a little post so we all know that you're doing okay. That would be great. But yeah, please focus on the storm. Don't do any moderation. I know you're stressed enough right now. You got your own things dealing with, and I'm gonna hop off anyways. But yeah, please be safe. Everyone that's in the bad storms right now in America. I know it's been a crazy few days. For some reason, Tennessee was spared. We'll get some storms this weekend, so we'll get them in the next couple of days eventually. But yeah, please be safe, everyone. Have a great evening, and hello to Israel. Hi to London. Hi, Ink. We got another lad from England over here. Alex, you're not alone anymore. I'll do it for sure. This actually helps me stay calm. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad. I'll leave that on for a second. So maybe this Rusty's behind will calm you all down. Scherzi. I'm gonna look for Oscar real quick. And I say goodbye to everyone. Be safe and thank you for being here. This is a very crippled heart, isn't it? That's better. Thank you, everyone. Wow, 69 likes. You guys are crazy. That's the biggest stream I've ever had. So thank you all for that. Because I'm going to France and I can't even speak anymore. I'm an introvert by nature, so at one point, if I talk too much, my introvert kicks in and I'm like, okay, enough words for today. Back to reading a book or, being with myself. But I would love to talk forever with you. But yeah, I'm going to a friend's house now. after I already used up all my words, so I'm probably just gonna be a vegetable over there and eat some good foods, and we might watch a movie or something. You're pretty extrovert to me. I don't know. I would definitely say I'm an introvert by heart. I think the YouTubes is helping me to get more extrovert, so it's kind of like a therapy for me, you know. But I was always the more shy kid, even in school. Very shy all my life, but yeah, I'm getting better with it, you know, talking to people, and yeah, live streaming definitely helps a lot. Thank you. I can't read your name. Killers. Appreciate that. Good night, Alex. Say hi to Hannah, please, and congratulations again on your proposal and your engagement. It's such great news. So yeah, very happy for the both of you. Happy to see your whole journey and where it leads you. Yeah, just great. Life's good sometimes, isn't it? Most of the times, hopefully. Shit. I won't. Thank you. Take care, Emmy. Have a good night. You too, everyone. Have a great night, and thank you so much for being here. I'll leave this on for another minute, so everyone can say bye if they want to, and then I'll end the chat. Oscar, are you ready to leave? Pack your bags, we're going. Oscar, come. Oscar, come on. Oscar, come on, we're leaving. Oscar, are you staying here or what? I'm coming. I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm my bed. Stressful. I'm gonna bring some sweets. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I can see it. I'm gonna bring some German chalkies. And is that all of that? I guess. Bring some German chocolates. So I got my butter cookies. And I got almond chocolate. So I'm bringing some German sweets with me for my friends. I got the keys, I got my bag, and my phone. It's like, you wouldn't believe it, but I was just thinking about where I put my phone. Well, it's right here and in the live stream. So the storm should be nearly past now. Okay, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. I will definitely keep an eye on the when I'm driving there. I'll turn on the Rhine Hall and make sure y'all are okay, or just so I know that y'all are okay. Okay, bye, Shetty. I'm gonna leave now. Bye, Sam. I'm ending the stream. Yes, I'm gonna go to my friends now. Just pack my stuff, and I'll stream again tomorrow since I'm usually streaming on the weekends. Under the week or on the weekday, it's harder for me because of my work and everything. But on the weekends, it's usually the time where I'm the most active. So hope to see you all again, and thank you so much for joining us, and y'all are great, and thank you for so many nice people here. And yeah, be safe too, Sam. Enjoy picking and don't melt in the heat, please. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. I will try my best. Bye, everyone. Half a heart because I only have one hand now. Bye. Bye, fatty. Schatzy. Stove off, yeah. Making sure my cat is not burning on the stove. Bye, everyone. Good to talk to you. Kitty. Bye.